Hey friends, it's Melanie. Happy Tuesday. We're doing a candle review today. That's what we're doing. So let's get into it. We are chatting about Homeworx Royal Bellini. So this was a scent that I saved for the month of January because I thought it would be A, kind of a good transitional scent, and B, I thought it's kind of a good New Year's scent as well, right? Like it's, you know, well, you can drink Bellinis anytime. In fact, I do. Have you guys tried the Trader Joe's? I think it's called the brand is Secco, Secco. I think that's what it's called. Don't quote me. Anyway, they have this Bellini. It's pre-made and it's so delicious. In fact, I am so well known for loving this particular little wine cocktail thing that I get it as gifts. In fact, my mother-in-law just gave me my birthday gift this past Monday. It's a few months late, but it's fine. And I'm still very grateful. Don't get me wrong. It was a beautiful gift and I appreciated everything in it. She gave me all of like my favorite things, different types of coffees, and there were some red currant jellies. I love red currant jelly. Is anyone else into like red currants? I don't love the smell of red currants, oddly enough, but man, do I love the taste of them. And then there were 2 bottles of that Secco Bellini because she knows how much I love it. And I've received it as a gift from like multiple other people as well. Anyway, if you're ever at Trader Joe's, you should check that out. It is so delicious. I just cannot recommend it enough. At one point, they also had some different flavors. Like they had a grapefruit and they had a mango. And then I think there was one other one. Didn't love those. I'm gonna stick with the peach Bellini. So good. If you don't know what a Bellini is, I'm always shocked to find out that people don't know what a Bellini is. So it's basically Prosecco or any other type of, you can use whatever sparkling wine or champagne that you want. And then you put some peach puree or, I mean, you can use peach juice as well. But I like the thicker peach purees. And you just drink that together. Just a little bit of the peach puree and then top it with that Prosecco or your favorite sparkling wine. And it is delightful. Highly, highly recommend. Okay, so now that you know what a Bellini is, let's talk about this Royal Bellini candle. So this was released late last year. You can still get this. I will link it in the description box down below for you. And so your description here for this one is sparkling peach, creme de cassis, Prosecco, and sugared strawberries. I'm not quite sure what the sugared strawberries or the creme de cassis really has to do with Bellinis because I've never had either of those with a Bellini. I'm a little bit of a purist. I want my peach puree and I want like a really good Prosecco. But so I'm just going to kind of tell you what other people have said about this candle and then compare it to what I smell in this. So a lot of people have said that this candle smells very soapy to them for some reason. I don't personally get soap from this. I do get a slight musky note that I don't know based on this like fragrance note section where that would be coming from. But it is just ever so slightly musky. But I do get that kind of typical like boozy note, which, you know, obviously that Prosecco is where that would be coming from. But it's not the most boozy candle that I've ever smelled from Homeworx. I do get the peach note from this. I get just a little, maybe a little tiny bit of that cassis. Harry used cassis, and I mentioned this in my weekly home fragrance roundup when I talked about this candle. Harry used cassis in the blueberry fruit basket that he had several years ago. It came with some inserts. It was this really beautiful ceramic, And it was just a blue fruit basket, and it came with a couple different inserts. There was an apple one, there was a strawberry one. I love the strawberry. That was amazing as well. There was a peach. The peach was really good. And then the blueberry one. I think out of all of them, the blueberry was probably my favorite. And I wish that I would have stocked up on more of the refill inserts when I had a chance. Mixing that cassis with the blueberry was just such a unique combination, and I loved it. Like, cassis it's very sweet, but it's not cloying to my nose. I really like it, and I do pick up a hint of that in this for sure. But this is mostly just kind of a slightly musky Bellini scent. I have to admit that I don't love this candle. This is not one that is going to be a repurchase for me. I'm glad I got to experience it, especially since I heard so many interesting takes on this one, especially with the people who said it smelled soapy to them. I was just curious if I would experience the same thing. And I've said this before, but all noses are different. Everybody's going to pick up different fragrance notes. Everyone is going to notice, some variation in the top, middle, and base notes. Sometimes people pick up more of the top notes than they do the base notes. Sometimes people just pick up the notes in the middle. It's just very different for every nose. And that's why it's always kind of helpful to look at a few different reviews and to find people with whom you typically have some preferences in common with, because a lot of times your nose will probably experience very similar notes, right? So I know that there are a few reviewers that I kind of rely on to be able to let me know, okay, they don't like this, I'm probably not going to like it either, or they're kind of iffy about it. Even if someone is iffy about something, if I still really want to try it, I'll still take the chance, but it's not, it just kind of varies from person to person. So the moral of the story is, take every review with a grain of salt in terms of what people actually smell, because it could very well differ for you. I know there's a lot of things that I like that in the Homeworx groups, someone will say, oh, I think that's absolutely so gross to my nose. I don't know why people like it. And I'm like, wait, what? Why? How? What are you smelling that I'm not smelling? And it's just no two people ever experience a fragrance exactly the same. So it's pretty rare. Okay, let's talk about strength and throw. A little disappointed in that when it comes to this one. I do wish this was stronger. The strength of this, I'm only gonna put at about a 4.5. And the throw is only, I don't know, I would put it at maybe a 5. It travels a little further than it is strong, if that makes sense. It's more of a one-room specific candle. That's kind of what I'm smelling here. Is I walk into the room, I know that this is going, it's enjoyable. It travels a little outside of the room. For example, I have had this in my kitchen, on my kitchen island, in my Pottery Barn Chester Hurricane. So I have had it in a Hurricane. And it definitely fills the kitchen area, and it kind of travels into our kitchen nook and then a little bit into the family room as well. But after that, it really starts to peter out quite a bit. So definitely not what I'm used to with Homeworx in terms of strength and throw, but it's not absolutely atrocious. It's not an unscented candle to my nose. And I like the scent, but I don't love the scent. I personally would not repurchase it. It's not one of those ones where I would say, yes, you have to run out and you have to try this. It's so unique. It's so different. It's so delicious. It's not necessarily any of those things. I think it was a good release, especially for the time of year that it came out in. And I've enjoyed it. but it's definitely a one and done for sure. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on Royal Bellini. I wanted to still review it, even though we're kind of getting towards the middle end of January at this point. January has been such an interesting month for me when it comes to home fragrance, because I never really necessarily know what to transition to. My natural transition is just to go to like mostly vanillas, but then I've also been tossing in some fruitiness. By the way, sorry for all the background noise. I have a snoring pug, and then I have my dryer going. I'm sure it is a symphony of a lot of things right now. Sorry about that. Did not think that through before hitting record, but that's fine. So yeah, again, overall, you guys, it gets a thumbs up. It does not get 2 thumbs up. Let me know if you tried it. Let me know your thoughts. And then also down below, let me know what you've been burning in January and what you're planning on burning in February. Because, yeah, I feel like I'm kind of in a little bit of like it's kind of a free-for-all. I just know that I don't want to burn the holiday stuff anymore because that just bums me out and makes me sad. But yeah, I'm not really sure where to go next. I mean, I still have a lot of candles, so I could certainly pull some things out. But yeah, it's such a strange time of year. I don't feel like I want to go full floral yet because it's not spring, and spring is really the only time where I really truly enjoy florals, besides tropical florals in the summer. But yeah, anyway, all right, I'm gonna stop talking and cuddle my sleepy little pug at my feet here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Check out that description box for a link to where you can find this. If you are new here, please take time to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.